air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
Y'all can see that evidence in any of the slave movies that in our history. That when they used to string us up and hang us, they didn't even have the decency to bury us. They didn't care. They did not care about that. And that birds would pick at us while we hanging in the tree until our flesh rotted away or they ate it away. We fell to the ground. Then all the beasts of the earth ate of our bodies. They would walk down the street and see the vultures on our bodies and wouldn't even shoo them away. We see the evidence of that. But we read about it where? You see what I'm saying? Like I say, he told us this was going to happen to us. And we are witnessing that. Go ahead.
Let's not forget it was entertainment. Not just what you said. Also, it was entertainment after church, after their churches.
Picnics.
For their children. Picnics. Birthday parties. And the bestiality they used to make us conduct and so forth. And then hang us after all that. You know, after all that.
And what Bro Isaiah speaking on, it's an actual historical book you can get called 100 Years of Lynching by Ralph Ginsberg. And it's newspaper accounts from 1860 to 1960 of how they used to lynch us and how the birds and stuff pluck out our eyeballs and all that. How they leave brothers up there hanging forever. You know, so we seen that actually played out with us here in the United States of America.
They showed it in if y'all remember anybody see Godfather? The new book in South America, the white boys up there, these ish people got the brother coming out and having sex with a horse. It was entertainment.
Yeah.
Them still our brothers. Alright, South America, that's not it's just got the Negro in America.
Ain't nobody right. Everywhere where Israel is.
That's what we just talked about. Our multiple enemies.
Yep. All over the map.
You read.
Alright, verse 28. 27. Is it 27? Yeah, 27. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou cannot be healed. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee.
No man shall save thee. We've seen evidence of these people. We've seen people out on the streets, walking around lost, and wandering,
drunk
during the day.
Like the blind.
During the day. Groping during the day. And we see that this our so-called people and this so-called nation, they try to point us to a Savior when we already got one. He says, no man shall save thee. But we know what the preachers and the so-called bishops and all this and what they want to be, this man.
Or the politicians.
Them too.
They got you so amped to go vote to put somebody like that. They ain't about to reverse the condition of Israel. Regardless. Like, it don't matter. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all them fed.
Obama.
They ain't even trying to reverse.
I was in Mississippi with my great aunt, and we were talking because we always, since I came to the truth, she told me, my mother passed. For those who didn't know that, she said, boy, Maxine, boy, she said, you sure know that Bible, you sure know scriptures, this, that. Well, that's what this come with. We do this because we love this.
Right.
So we was down there and we heard always get the discussion, because I'm always telling you who we are. She said, I believe that. I say, if you know that and believe it, then you got to live it. Right. It ain't just, I'm this, and there's no work to go with it. Okay? Right. Don't cook that pot with that big cheek in there and just tell me to move it out the way. I just don't want that. But they know what we eat. But the fact is, she was the last conversation we had, she said, I prayed for Obama to win out. I said, why? I said, did you pray for Bush? He said, no. I said, why not? I say, if the Most High, this is the only way I answer, I say, if the Most High allow us to live, you and I to live and breathe, in 4 years from now or 8 years from now, if he in here for 8, when he through, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna ask you, how has your life been better? How did the Lord answer your prayer? What has he done for us as a people for what we look to him as our people, who which he ain't? That's a whole nother story. But we are looking at him as a people to be what? This man.
Right.
The world ain't changed. How long he been in it? The world ain't changed for us yet.
Got worse.
Right. It ain't gonna happen. We must keep going.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof.
Okay, all three of those. We all seen that in slavery. We all seen that happen, that when you had to ask the master, could you marry Kizzy? Y'all jumped that broom. What did he say?
Go get him some ceremonial rights.
He go get at your wife first. And there's a term for that. But just think about this, your wife, and this is your time to be with her.
And master coming there off some Jim Beam. Drunk.
There's a term for that I won't use, but you are second. But the fact is, even Public Enemy had made a video that showed that exact thing happened. They got married. It was the honeymoon time. Master came knocking. Baby was born, came out white. Man married. He run. He killed Master. They killed him. Okay, but see, these are the things that we see. It says, thou shalt build an house and not dwell therein. What house did we build? We still ain't dwelling in it. It ain't our house. It's not our house. What vineyards did we plant and did not gather thereof? That they still gathering off of us. We planted all the cotton and everything else.
And you ain't reaped not one.
Not one. 0 cents an hour, and they still at the end of the day hate you.
Yeah.
That hatred has not changed. And it won't change. No matter, they can smile all they want to, but they try to erase this history. They're trying to write it out the history book so that it won't be taught anymore, because they also know this book.
The Tea Party.
And they also know the curses that are coming upon them when it's daytime. They just trying to prolong it. Let's keep reading.
Verse 32. Where else want to jump to? Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
We saw that in Roots. We see it now. Our children are given over to the judicial system. Because what's one problem that why our children are given? Our children ain't listening to us anymore. You can't, nothing that you can do, because they done bound our hands. There's no might in our hands to chastise our children like we was chastised when we grew up.
They'll lock us up now.
But they'll do all these things though, because they don't want our children to have this. But what can you give your children that we ain't been giving them? We need to give them this. The basic instructions before leaving, we need to give them that. This says that. This says that. Spare the rod and spoil the child. My mom and dad ain't spared nothing. They had extras. My mom hit me with a lamp once. See the light? I'm here, ain't I? Somebody had a question. We're going to keep moving.
I had a witness to what you were saying about the hating in Genesis 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning for my father at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
That's a good one. 1 through 4. Verse 33. Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. So that,
I said, who feel that?
Yeah, oppressed and crushed.
We try. We get that job that we want, and we don't. We go through every process and every aspect to do it, and no. Don't you feel crushed? Don't you feel oppressed? Always.